excuse me, sorry, we're wrong. We're gonna do a chemical waving, okay? So, you will demonstrate chemical waving. You will wrap the entire, center back section of the head from crown to nape. Once you are finished wrapping, please step back to wait for, next verbal instructions to be given. Do not perform, saturation procedure, a test curl, or remove any rods until instructed to do so by the examiner. Do not remove the remaining rods until instructed to do so. You're expected to follow all client protection, safety, infection control procedures. You will have 20 minutes to complete this section. I'll tell you when you have 10. So you're gonna have 20 minutes to wrap from crown to nape. Upon completion, stand back and wait for instructions on saturation, a test curl, removing one rod, and then she will tell you do not remove any of the other rods until instructed to do so. And then you will stand back. So you'll have 20 minutes. She'll say begin. So when she says begin, I'm gonna sanitize my hands. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my rat tail comb, and I'm going to I section in 3 sections only. So if you want a section in 3 sections, you can. You can take the perm rod out and measure it if you want. I just kind of guessed to begin with. I'm going to go right to the crown. And I just come right down all the way to one side. Make sure that that part is straight. And I'm going to clamp this one side. And I'm going to clamp this one up, and then my whole back section will be ready. If your hair is a little short, just clamp down low so you get it all in so it looks nice and neat. So your sectioning should look like this. Okay. And then I'm just gonna turn it so you guys can see. I'm just gonna do a few, but you are going to wrap from crown to nape using the diameter of the rod for your subsections. They all have to be the same base. So I'm going to do 90. So 90 is going to be straight out of the head. I'm going to get my end papers. I'm using a double end wrap. Make sure my hair is all the way across the end paper, and I now have no hair sticking up over the end paper. So my hair needs to be distributed throughout all the way across the end paper. And I want to make sure that I have a nice clean and a good tension on there so there's no gaps. And I want to make sure the band is straight across, closer on top, and not next to the scalp. I'm going to do the diameter of my rod that I'm using. And as I go down the head, I'm going to still keep it 90. So I'm going to, I'd probably be closer to my table. Hair all the way across the end papers, no hair sticking up on top, and I'm rolling at a 90 degrees. Make sure the band is straight across. So as I'm going down the back, if you're doing 90, when you come down here, you're going to be, when you're right here, you're going to be straight coming out of the head like this, okay? So if I'm doing 90 up here, I'm doing 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, all the way through. So I'm going to roll from crown to nape. Once I'm done, then this is all, we're going to pretend that this is all done. And then I'm going to take my comb. I do not need it anymore, so I'm going to put it in my items to be disinfected. And then it depends on the examiner. Now, sometimes they'll let you prep before, sometimes they won't. So I'm going to say, let's prep, but if the examiner at any time is yelling at you, then you know you're doing something wrong, so then don't do that. But I'm going to put protective cream around the hairline. I have bottles, so, and I want to make sure I don't touch the nozzle, so I just shut that off, close it, and then I'm going to warm it into my hand, and I'm going to put it around the hairline without getting it onto the hair, up and over the ears, and around the back of the hairline. And if I want to get rid of what's on my hand, or only put a little there, I'm going to take a paper towel. I can just wipe my hand. I'm going to put my cotton around the head. And she's going to come to me and say, show me saturation. She might have you do all of it or just a few, so you need to listen to her. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my gloves on. If she doesn't want you to do this, you are going to do all that before before you start, okay? So this is prepping for getting ready to put on the simulated product. I put my gloves on and I stand back and wait for further instructions. So once I'm done, she comes to me and she says, show me saturation. So I'm going to get my simulated product and I'm going to go on top, roll it and go on the bottom, on top, on the bottom. And I would do that until she says stop. When I'm done, I don't need it anymore. I can put it in my items to be disinfected. She's going to say, show me a test curl. I'm going to undo one of the ones that I saturated. I'm going to undo it 1.5 times. I don't wanna push or pull, I'm just undoing it and leaving it there. If you have the real waving solution on, it's gonna form an S, but that's all I need to do. I roll it back up, put it back, and then I'm going to stand, and she's probably gonna say, take out one rod, please. So I'm going to take out any one of the rods, and I'm gonna take it out slowly so she can look at it. She's actually looking that you're not bunching that hair, and there's no fish hooks, that the hair doesn't stick beyond the end paper. And then I would just take that out. I'm going to take my end papers off. I throw them into my trash, and I stick that one rod into my items to be disinfected, and I stand back and wait for further instructions.